Hey guys, it's your girl CC here, and if you want to know how I turned all of this and with a little bit of free Amazon money into a budget gaming PC, then stay tuned.
Hey, I was in the middle of editing and I realized that over 80% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So that is probably you. Now, why don't you go ahead and hit the subscribe button? I stream on Thursdays and Sundays here on YouTube, and I do Lego. If you can't see, I'm a Lego fan. So I do chill builds, and now I'll be able to play a few games with you guys. All right, go ahead. Do it. I'll wait. Did you do it? Okay, great. Back to the video. Bye.
So starting with the CPU, I went with the i3-10100. It wasn't that expensive, only about $105. It also came with its own CPU fan, so that definitely cut down the cost, being that I didn't have to buy a separate CPU fan. Now, the downside is that it is locked, and so you can't overclock this CPU, so just want to keep that in mind. For the motherboard, I went with the B460M Mortar Wi-Fi. It supports 10th generation Intel CPUs, so that's what I have. And so I got this one definitely with the integrated Wi-Fi because I am not close to the router at my house at all, so I definitely want to make sure that I was able to get good internet here. For RAM sticks, I went with T-Force 3200 8 gig, so 16 gig RGB RAM sticks. I think the RGB looks great inside the PC, but I can't get the RAM sticks to go to the max speeds because my CPU is not overclockable, but I'm sure I'll be upgrading that soon in the future. So this works for now. Staying with memory, I went with a 512 gig SSD for $45. It's not huge, but it definitely will serve my purposes. Newegg had a fantastic sale for this hard drive. It was $53 for 2 terabytes. Being that I'm going to be video editing, I thought this was great, so I had to pick this up. One of the hardest things for me to track down during this entire process was the graphics card. I really wanted to get a 1660 Super because it seemed to just fit my needs and exceed my needs. I also wanted something that was gonna look pretty cool and wasn't too expensive. This was $265, so not crazy expensive, but I've heard that they've gone cheaper. Now, I know I'm not supposed to cheap out when it comes to power supply, but I went with a $50 600 watt PSU from Secotep. Now, I realize it's $50 because of the mustard cables, but I'm okay with this because the PC that I built is pretty multicolored anyway with all the RGB. And this is all going into a Montech X1 case for $57 off of Amazon. It's not the perfect case, but it's okay. The side panel is very flush, so if you don't get a modular PSU, you might have a little bit of trouble with cable management. I did like how it has the 4 already built-in case fans, but they're connected with Molex connectors, so you can't control the speed or the color of them. The only other downside I would say to this case is that there's like a hole near the 3rd fan in the front that reveals all the wires in the side paneling. It looks a little messy, but other than that, this is a pretty decent case for the price. So if you total everything up, that's about $750, which I'd say that's pretty decent for a budget PC, but that's not what I paid.
So I told you there was free Amazon money, right? If you are an Amazon Prime member, 18 years or older, and have good credit, you could get up to about $210, which is what I received by using the 2 promotions that Amazon has on Amazon.com, obviously. One is the Amazon Prime Visa card, and then the other one is the store card. So the Visa card, that is like a regular credit card, I would say. I think you could use it at a lot of different places, but here's the thing, don't use it. Get the free money, get in and get out. The credit card, the promo was $150 of instant store credit, basically a gift card. So I was instantly approved, and I was able to use that $150 towards my Amazon purchases of building my computer. Then when I went back into the cart, I was then prompted for the store card. The store card, I'm not really too sure about that. Like I said, I'm not gonna be using any of these. I don't really use credit cards. It was a $60 instant store credit that I could use towards my purchase. So I went ahead and signed up for that. So that totaled up to $210 that I was able to get for free, basically. There was a small hit to my credit score, I would say, but I'm not doing anything with my credit score right now. This is a great thing to cut down the budget for your budget PC. Benchmarks. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the computer. I have the computer loading up here so that you can hear the fans. I had a difficult time trying to understand how I could adjust the fans. Spoiler alert, you can't. The fans are non-adjustable. They just run at full speed the whole time. Let's go ahead and take a look at cpuagent.com, where you're able to put in your CPU and your graphics card if you happen to have a different build. Now, for most of the games, it looks like you're gonna be able to game at above 60 frames per second. Some of them fall into the hundreds, and one of them, about 200 FPS. When it comes to streaming, you are gonna take a big hit. I would say about a 40% hit across the board when it comes to streaming for your games. But for me, because I'm not gonna be playing games on stream for the most part, and certainly not first-person shooter heavy FPS games, this does the job. All right, so that's all I got for you guys on my $700, or maybe if you take advantage of the Amazon free money, the $500 budget gaming and streaming PC. I'm not really sure how to end the video, but get out of here. Got some streaming to do and some games to play.